these two boys, Robert and Mike, they were triggered by the rich dad, okay, to keep them thinking. Rich dad said you both should keep yourself thinking and thinking what you should be doing to get yourself out of the rat race and to think more about the business. Right after 1 week later, just when they were non-stop brainstorming certain ideas which failed, that morning, before they left for work, they saw Mrs. Martin doing something which is very unusual. Mrs. Martin is the manager at a convenience store. She was holding a scissors and she was cutting off some cover of certain books, you know. So they were very curious. They were like, Mrs. Martin, what are you doing here? Mrs. Martin said, oh boys, I have this old comics here, so I'm cutting off the cover to get some vouchers for a discount. So they were like, oh my god, Mrs. Martin, there are so many comic books here. What are you gonna do with the comic books? I think the supplier will take them away. So can we have them, Mr. Martin? These comics still look good in condition. Can we have these comics? Then Mrs. Martin said, well, boys, if you don't know, then you have to wait 1 hour for the supplier to come and you can both ask them. So true enough, the two boys waited for 1 hour for the supplier to come, and that's when they say, hi, mister, what are you going to do with these comic books when you collect them away? Supplier said, we will throw them straight away. Since you'll be throwing them away, can we have them? We really love comic books. So the supplier said, well, boys, you can have it, but promise me that you're not going to resell them. You're not supposed to resell them. So the boy said, yeah, we promise that we're not going to sell them. Thank you so much. So that was how Robert and Mike, they managed to gather a whole box of comic books for themselves because they have a very big plan in their mind. Mike's mother has an extra room in the basement, so they figure out that with the comic books that they have, they can actually convert the basement into a library, a comic book library. Yeah, Elaine, it doesn't happen by accident but pure intention. Yes. Why they got this chance is because they were actively looking out for opportunity. Well, this wasn't the first time Mrs. Martin was actually cutting out the comic books, but they never realized that this could be turned into an opportunity until the rich dad keep on prompting them to do certain innovation into their business ideas. So right after that, they managed to convert the basement into a library, which is being supervised by their librarian. So my sister is very, very intelligent. She's good at studying, so she doesn't mind taking up the librarian job. These boys are so smart. They actually charge 10 cents for each admission. Well, still remember, guys, that they were actually only earning 10 cents every single hour when they were working at convenience store. Now, this time they are charging people for 10 cents each admission. So that is how their business empire started. And this time, it is a very, very successful business, whereby every week, these two boys have earnings up to $9.5 every week. Now, it's because they were not having any income. It got them thinking that they need to do something with their life. And the best part of this business model is that the business runs on itself. By hiring Mike's sister as a librarian, they literally don't have to do anything at all, and the money will keep on dropping by into their pockets straight away. So that is how they got their first business kickstarted. As a conclusion of this story is they learned how the money worked for them. Okay, they were so excited that because this time they don't have to rely on Mike's father to give them the wages, which is the 10 cents every hour. They are in the full control of their own finances. So how have you made money work for you guys? Hi, Julian. How have you made money work for you in the past?
Okay, in fact, it is quite a long planning. You really need to plan ahead. It's sort of like a, it's like a marketing kind of thing. All right. So initially you sell. How the money works for you is you have a good marketing, a good plan initially. Then after that, the plans actually will be fruitful to you. So if you ask me, it's the initial planning that is very important.
Execution is also very important, right? Because once you have the idea, it's how you execute it, right?
Execution, taking action, these are all normal that everyone needs to do it. You need to initiate it, and start planning. If you don't do that, the money will not work for you.
Basically, the mentality must be there first.
Yes, know the know-how of how to make money work for you before you start doing it or start planning on it.
Thank you, Jun.
Julian.
Shall we ask another one to share?
Yeah, I would love to hear from Elaine because Elaine is very good at creating her passive income. I know she owns a few salons. She never stopped looking out for passive income out there. Elaine, so how have you made your money work for you, Elaine? We know that you have a number of salons, and even during the weekend, you were looking out for a perfect spot for your new salon opening.
Actually, I'm not making money from my salon yet. I have various investments. I invest in robotic engineering, those, and then I have a few baskets lah. And my ROI is usually 3 to 5 years.
Oh, that's very fast.
You must understand the fundamental of the investments. And I like to invest in apps and
What kind of apps, yeah?
technology. There's one that I invested. This is under Fuda International. Tianma from China. Tianma is like Malaysian Medan Khazanah, and Singapore Temasek. So someone shared with me on this investment, and it's actually for institutional investors. So I got back 3 years, I more than double lah. Maybe one day when I see your face to face, I can share with you how I do it.
So guys, what is the major takeaway that you got from today's chapter?
As a mother, I read back this book because I read this book many years ago when I wasn't a mom. My takeaway is actually have to start to have a rich dad's mindset. When Bella was 3 years old, I started teaching her what is investment. I started teaching her, or not teaching, I shared with her what is government all about. I tell her government is government, then I will tell her that, oh, okay, you see all the trees and the schools, anything that is public is taken care by the government. Like investment, I will just tell her that, oh, Bella, daddy goes to work, and that is called working. And the money work for him, and that's where we can enjoy, and that is investment. So I slowly introduce her. So after reading this book, I need to have more inner talk with her.
So it's actually a good thing because what Yvonne is doing is she's trying to make financial management a very important knowledge to the next of kids. Well, I'm very happy because my own biological dad is a rich dad. Because since young, he runs a sandwich shop, and all of us were involved in his business. So every time when we have dinner, right, what we are actually talking about, hey, that house is actually worth to invest. Oh, that business is not bad. I like that business model. So that's why when we came out to work, right, we also have the mentality that our first job is just a stepping stone. Ultimately, we will be somewhere up to the top running businesses. That's why I also studied accountancy. Because I told my dad, you know what, business owners need to know how to manage account.
Elaine says that be open-minded, be alert to opportunities, keep your antenna on. Don't close your antenna. Yes,
Yeah,
that's what
keep thinking.
William said, never fear and acquire new skills to get yourself out of your comfort zone. Having the courage to do the action with strong mindset and determination without no regrets. Yes, ignorance, that one that is going to keep you in your rat race because you stop learning.
And I like Jackie's one. Jackie said, to change from I can't afford it to how can I afford it. Yeah, and we agree with Jackie on this because affordability is something that is very different for poor dad and rich dad in their mentality. And then point number 2 is about the rat race. Rat race involves these 4 key elements: the fear, the greed, desire, and ignorance. Keep thinking and trying until money works for you. So that is like a lot of you have shared just now. Opportunities is there. Just be creative until you find the way that works for you, right, guys?
Yes, keep thinking, keep talking to the experts. They are more than willing to share with you actually.
So with that said, guys, we shall end our session today. Thank you so much for participating.